each to come up. Stan Jones, Don DeJardin, Dr. Hosham Regal, and Tim Gallagher. Would you please come forward? And do we need another chair there? There, okay. And Tim can sit over at the side. Tim can sit over on this side. All right. Yes, Mr. Jones, would you state your name?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and to the Board of Supervisors. My name is Stan Jones, and I'm a representative of the Loma Alta Community Committee. We want to say thank you to the Supervisor Antonovich in particular for the great efforts that you've gone to get us a quality facility in our park. We want a quality facility, and we want it now. We want a gymnasium. Item 59D, as we understand it, is referencing our project, but it's encompassing much larger than just the gymnasium recreation facility. We're asking you to delay your vote on this item because there's an audit that is to begin tomorrow that we believe might impact on your decision, funds that may become available, other issues that might impact on this project. This audit is hopefully a 30-day audit, and it would give additional information, we believe, for you to consider in your approval of the program. We are a community of 42,000 people, plus we're the largest town in Supervisor Antanovich's 5th district. We have over 90% of the group homes that are in the Altadena area. We've prepared a packet, and I believe you've been passed out a packet, and we've just done a couple of show and tell items for you. The one item with the green items numbered 14, 5, 22. These are group homes in our area that the Altadena Loma Alta Park serves. We feel that this park has a great opportunity to make the efforts that you've put into establishing group homes and putting these in communities that can serve them well. This is a great opportunity for us to make this program really work if we have the right facility in the right location. And that's the theme of our comments to you today. We have been working for over 2 years. We were offered a gym which we felt was an inferior facility in an inferior location. We felt that the facility was not going to accommodate the needs of the Loma Alta community, nor the group homes, nor the children, and we felt it was going to impact adversely on our park. We felt that it was going to take away, indeed, from what our park is already accomplishing. The gymnasium facility that we were offered was workable in certain areas, but it was not right for our community. In addition to the facility, the location of the facility, we feel, is building in problems that are going to come back and perhaps haunt us in the future. The facility that is being proposed to us right now is going to be downhill from our children's area. It will be placed directly on top of the 2 outdoor basketball courts that we have in our park now. Those 2 basketball courts would be replaced by 1 indoor basketball court that would have to be supervised, of course, all the time. We had budget issues that plagued our project. We've had monies added by the supervisor, and Jan Takata and others have discovered additional funds that have taken our budget from somewhere in the neighborhood of $1.9 million up to about $5.5 million. We believe we have an excellent opportunity here to put a quality facility in the right location in our park that will not cause us to lose our outdoor basketball courts, will not cause us to lose our baseball diamond. Our baseball diamond, as we understand it, will be impacted by the location of this gym to where our baseball diamond will be turned into what you might consider a baseball court. I've offered a couple of other pictures here. The first picture, item 9, shows the gym facility that we were offered. And Item 11 shows the gymnasium recreation facility that we were requesting, a model only. This is a model of what we're requesting, and it houses the gymnasium facility and an office structure and the community rooms that are necessary for this park. Item 16 shows you a picture of a stage that's associated with the gymnasium that would allow for the community to take advantage of all of the opportunities this park would allow. And item 22 shows a picture of the facility and the proximity of the children's play area. The facility we're being offered right now, as we understand it, is going to be removed some 100 yards from where the children's play area will be. It will also be located downhill from the children's area. So we're asking for you to delay your vote on this until we can get the result of this audit back and allow us the opportunity to have some input into the location and into the development of this facility. Several other members of my committee do have comments they would like to make, and I appreciate your consideration. Doctor?
All right. We'll have Melanie Harry take your place there at the table. Yes, sir. Please state your name.
Good morning. My name is Don DeJardin. I'm a resident of West Altadena. I presently have grandchildren that are playing in the Little League at Loma Alta Park. In addition, I have extensive background and experience in basketball. I was an invitee as a player to the U.S. basketball Olympic trials. I've been the general manager of the Philadelphia 76ers. And I've represented over 500 professional athletes in their careers. By virtue of this background and experience, I feel I have a very good feel for the impact basketball, sports, can have on various situations. I want to address this morning the outdoor basketball courts at Loma Alta Park. I have a very brief statement. With the acute shortage of indoor basketball facilities in the area, it can be forecast with virtual certainty that during the new gym's principal hours of basketball activity, it will be used almost exclusively for area leagues. This would be male and female, would start from age 7, and it would include those players that are 30 years old plus. The new gym is intended to be located on the site of the existing outdoor basketball courts where non-league freelance individuals currently play alone or in any combination up to 10 to 12 players per court. No alternative location is provided for the outdoor courts. Not long ago, Loma Alta Park was a magnet for drug dealing, gangs, and other criminal activity. Tremendous and effective coordinated efforts have made it a jewel of West Altadena. The very visible use of the outdoor basketball courts is an integral part of this transformation. It is requested that serious consideration be given by the Board of Supervisors to either locating the new gym so that the outdoor courts are maintained as is, or another location for outdoor courts be included in the redesign of Loma Alta Park. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please state your name. And we'll call Nancy Anderson to come up. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Hisham Ragab. I'm a pediatrician. I also live in West Altadena, and I am a frequent user of the park. My wife, Hope Smith, was here. She had to leave. Her family's been rooted in Altadena for over 30 years. She had a statement. I'm just going to read a short paragraph from it. Dear Board of Supervisors, with the location of the new gym, there are some concerns regarding the safety and supervision of our children, and I'll just name one of her concerns. Will the office be located in such a manner so that one would be able to see children in the play area from the office? They need supervision. Of course, the answer right now is no. I just want to say myself, as an avid basketball player who played competitively in the past and still I use the park frequently, that I agree with the gentleman to my left had just stated, that we still need the outdoor courts. We don't want to lose the outdoor courts and gain the gymnasium, and here are some of the reasons why. Currently with the outdoor courts, someone such as myself and other working people can come and play with other young people, rub elbows, get to know them, have a positive influence on them, which is important in our community, given, if you consider how you described how the park used to be. I can play with my son, my nephews. When you build a gym, although that sounds good and is nice, it has restricted hours, so things become limited. With 2 spacious outdoor courts, children of different ages, young and old people can play together. When you have a gym with just 1 court, you tend to have people who, as he has stated, are playing in leagues who are the better basketball players, and it leads to exclusion of other people. What we're asking for is rather quite simple. We definitely want a gym. We want a recreation facility, but we don't want an inferior one. We recognize the monies are there or were there to build a nice facility, and that's all we're asking for. And we want it in the proper location. Tucking it away on the east side, where it's pretty much out of view and encroaches on a baseball field, I think could lead to problems in terms of safety, from the other angle, in terms of people hanging out, not being seen. And then there's not going to be much outlet when the outdoor courts are gone. We'd rather see it placed where the current buildings are, which are in poor condition, which will be removed. And as he had stated, there's no plan to build anything over that area or replace the outdoor courts. So we merely want what us as taxpayers have contributed to heavily and will continue to contribute for years, a good facility, and we want it in the proper location where the current building is. Thank you.
Lean here.
I'd like to thank the board for your time. I know that you spend many hours here. My name is Melanie Herrick, and I'm a resident of the Altadena community as well, a mother of almost 4, and I'm also a pediatric physical therapist. And I'm coming to you to also agree with what these other individuals have said. We are in favor of this gym, as has been mentioned. However, my concern as a mother and as a professional for children is their safety. And you, as a board, could influence the position of this gym. We don't want to delay this gym being built. We want it to go forward after this month, after they've finished the Mellorews and auditing that situation. But I would come to you today and say, look at the maps that you've been given and the different gym proposals, and look at where would be the safest position for our children. We do want our children to be viewed. The liability that would come upon us as a community if a child were taken, if a child were hit by an automobile, is just inconceivable. We do not want that to happen. So I would come to you today pleading as a mother and as a professional of children that we put this gym in the right location and at a timely manner, that we start soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would June Colagill and Ken Balder please come forward? State your name, please.
My name is Nancy Anderson. I'm a member of the Loma Alta Community Committee, and I appreciate your time and listening to our position. We've been fighting for a better recreation facility for several years. We even found a model we thought was affordable. It is the Granada Hills model. You have pictures of it in your package. The cost of building the Granada Hills model 2 years ago was $3 million. The total project cost $3,700,000. The project was done by the Department of Public Works of the City of Los Angeles. Meanwhile, we have had 2 years of an inflation rate of 1% to 2%. We are in a recession, and commercial builders have stopped building due to all the vacant space. We thought, with a budget of $5 million, that the Granada Hills model could be duplicated in our park and in a location that would not wipe out our courts, fields, and endanger our kids. We even did an overlay of what it would look like in our park. We have provided a picture for you labeled the GH model at Loma Alta Park. We were wrong. Instead, we have a prison gymnasium model with attachments to look forward to. The money allocated for this building is $2,600,000. We have been informed that there is no way we'll ever see the Granada Hills model in our community. The budget is $5 million. With all this money, we question why we are still being given a prison gym. Thank you.
Tracy Sullivan, please come forward. Yes, sir. Would you please state your name? Ms. Caldwell.
Yes. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to speak today. We very much appreciate it. My name is June Cogill. I am an Altadena resident, and I live in Lavinia. Our special tax money was used to gift the equestrian community, and you will hear from the equestrian community. The amount of money that went into their project is $75,000, and I will tell you it's being used very well. It's a beautiful plan, and it will be a tremendous asset to our community. Very good use of funds. Our special tax money, which is the Mello-Roos that has been alluded to, was used to gift the trails in the amount of $184,000. That is also another wonderful use of our funds. Our trails are really critical. Our special tax money went into the facility that is about to be built in the amount of $700,000. What I want to talk to you about is the missing money. There's another $750,000 missing. This concerned Mr. Antonovich when he saw the Mello-Roos graph that we presented to him. He has called for an audit of the Mello-Roos. There is tremendous bag of money, $9 million, that we believe has been rated by Brookfield Homes. The audit is to begin tomorrow. It will take approximately 1 month. We believe that this entire project needs to move forward rapidly. We also believe there is missing money that could go into this facility that would allow us to have a Granada Hills model in our park. I have, for the record, a recommendation from the Loma Alta Community Committee. I would like to present it to you. Basically, it says we would like you to delay approval for 1 month only until the audit is completed. At the conclusion of the audit, please amend the Gymnasium Recreation Center project alone to include the full dollar amount of any recoverable park improvement funds. That $750,000 is the difference to our community of a prison gym with wings and the Granada Hills model. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Balder?
Yes, Ken Balder, current
And Bobby
chair.
Thompson, and then Tracy Sullivan I'll call next.
Ken Balder, current chairman of the Altadena Town Council, serving in my 6th year. And greetings to the Board of Supervisors and Madam Chair. The Altadena community has been dealing with the issue of building a gymnasium in our Loma Alta Park for the past 7 or 8 years. It's been moved to the north corner, the south corner, the east corner, and the west corner. It is a good idea. It will be an asset to the Altadena community. It's what the community desires. About a year ago, a small group of people came to our town council meeting to object to such a facility, publicly expressing fears of increased traffic, noise, and congregating youth. The following month, supporters of the gymnasium attended to express their support for the facility they had been promised and the benefit it would be to the youth of our community. Then the next month, the opposition came forward stating that the gymnasium is a good idea, but alas, poor Altadena is being sold a bill of goods. And on this lackluster, bare-bones facility, which the county is forcing down our throats. Altadena deserves a better gym, similar to the one in Granada Hills. Supervisor Antonovich, along with the new head of Parks and Rec, Mr. Tim Gallagher, met with the opponents, hearing their concerns on the quality of the project. A review of the entire matter with Mr. Gallagher resulted in the decision to increase the funds for the gymnasium. The project would afford a completely new facility for the park with offices and community room. In the long run, this would be more economically wise than try to refurbish the aging facility. We're all very happy, thanking this group for the efforts in obtaining additional funds that will finally bring the gym to Loma Alta. In July of last year, this new concept was presented to the Altadena Town Council meeting. The Altadena Town Council, comprised of 16 elected representatives, 2 from each of our 8 census tracts, with a combined experience of some 81 years, or 5 years for each representative, voted unanimously after a motion made by the representative of the census tract in which the park is located. For this, we approved this new plan, concept, the outline of the size, the location, and the amenities. We're finally getting a new facility, much better than the community ever imagined. A community consensus was obtained after months of testimony to the council. Several quiet months went by while the CAO's office began working on the plans. Then a meeting was held in the park by the opponents, explaining to the attendees and some of the community that with the high number of registered sex offenders and group homes surrounding the park, it would be unwise to build a gym in its proposed location, as park personnel would be unable to supervise adequately the whole park. In addition, the group began the delaying tactic of auditing the county auditors as to source of funds with allegations of impropriety and misappropriation. In my view, this small opposition group is made up of two particular viewpoints. One group sees Loma Alta Park as a use primarily as an equestrian park, and development would be an unwanted intrusion. The other group, led by relatively newcomers to Altadena, feels such a facility would attract undesirable elements such as traffic and noise. What's best for Altadena? Approve this project today. Altadena has waited long enough. It will be an asset to all of us for many years. Delays will allow funding to disappear, the goal of this small group of people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tracy Sullivan.
Good morning. Thank you, Honorable Board. I'm here representing as President Altadena Equestrian Resources. This is a community group of an associate membership of over 500 equestrians in the San Gabriel Foothill Altadena area. Our mission statement and primary statement is to preserve the rural and equestrian lifestyle that we are privileged to have in Altadena. And as that, I'm addressing the items associated with this agenda items that pertain to the equestrian park facility and the trails. Our group does not have a position on the gymnasium per se. This item does contain for the board's approval a very meaningful gesture to the community, an aspect of the community that has been left out and marginalized for more than a decade, and that is the hikers and equestrians in the community. Altadena is a very diverse community with historic roots in the foothills and the trails dating back to abolitionist Owen Brown. This is a community that currently has been denied access to our trails and foothills by encroaching development and neglect. This item on the agenda would be a first step at relinking and reestablishing historic trails to the community, to the benefit of all the community and the future residents of the county. Additionally, there are allocations of funding for refurbishment of the equestrian park located in the southern portion of Loma Alta Park. This improvements would bring the equestrian facilities up to par with other county equestrian facilities, and also provide equestrians and hikers with a safe link to the trails. Currently, the situation is a very dangerous one with horses crossing roads and busy intersections, and the gymnasium would only increase that liability and safety concerns. Additionally, as a part of this agenda item, the county has before it another historic opportunity to set in motion a vital link in the trail systems to link the JPL Hahamunga Basin with Eaton Canyon Recreation Park in one continuous trail, the restoration of the historic Altadena Crest Trail. This would be a vital link in the public access and to the open space and the beauty of the San Gabriel Mountains that currently is not available to us. I would just also like to thank the Supervisor Antonovich and his office and the CAO for the first time stepping up and addressing the concerns of the equestrians and hikers in his area in an attempt to rectify promises that were made, as I said, over a decade ago. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Would Greg McPhee and Ronald Matthews Sr. please come forward? Mr. Thompson.
Good morning, Chair, Board of Supervisors, members, staff, and the public. My name is Bobby Thompson, and I'm a member of the Altadena Town Council. I represent Census Tract 4610, which is roughly about 1 mile south of the Loma Alta Gym. I've also lived in the area for pretty close to about 23 years. I would like to thank Supervisor Mike Antonovich. I would like to thank June and Stan and their group with Loma Alta for doing such an outstanding job. But as a representative listening to my constituents in the Altadena area, everyone wants a gym. When I say everyone that I talk to want a gym. And they want a gym now. And like I said, I do appreciate the checking of the budget, the resurveying of the land, the environmental investigations. All of that is good. But like I said, people in my census tract, 4610, they want a gym, and they want a gym now. Thank you.
Mr. McPhee.
Thank you. Good day, Chair Burke and supervisors of Los Angeles County. My name is Greg McPhee. I live at 3255 North Lincoln Avenue. That is across the street from Loma Alta Park. I have been a resident of the area for approximately 8 years. I also serve on Altadena's Land Use Committee, a subcommittee of the Altadena Town Council. Dear supervisors, Loma Alta Park Community Committee has been working with county staff for at least 2 years on the gym issue before you today. Our goal is to make Loma Alta County Park everything it should be to perform its mission. That mission is to serve the whole neighborhood, including the at-risk youth in Altadena's numerous group homes. We are gratified that you have responded by budgeting additional funds for this project. It appears that more funds should have been available from the Lavinia Mello-Roos bond issues. Those funds will be audited beginning tomorrow. We expect that they will be sufficient to pay for whatever is needed to locate the gym on the site of the present recreation building. As you will hear from others today, that is the only site that makes sense from a recreational and safety standpoint, and it will preserve the very popular outdoor basketball courts and full-size baseball field. We've come a long way down the road to making our park a showplace for our children and for the whole community. Don't let the effort end here. You have the opportunity to provide Altadena with a gym that all of us can be proud of for many years to come. Please do not pass up that opportunity. We ask you respectfully to continue this issue until the completion of the audit so that we may realize the full potential of Loma Alta County Park. Thank you.
Mr. Matthews.
Hello. Good morning. Hello, Board. Chairman Burke, Supervisor Antonovich, and the other supervisors. My name is Ronald Keith Matthews, Sr., and I have worked and lived in Altadena since 1970. I actually grew up in Loma Alta Park. I was one of the first kids to swim in the swimming pool when they built it in 1974, and I've been participating in all the park's activities since I was a kid. I have 4 children who take advantage of the park and participate in the park's activities. And I'm here and strongly support the town council's recommendation to move forward with the gym. A lot of people who have spoke today weren't around when it was decided to build this gym, and a lot of them don't know why this gym was decided to be built at Loma Alta Park. Approximately 10 years ago, I participated in a town hall meeting with Sheriff then Sherman Block and Supervisor Antonovich. And this town hall meeting was in response to a young man who was killed named Justin Richards. And he was killed by a stray bullet stepping off of a school bus. And in that meeting, everybody found out that the common denominator with the person who fired the shot, the person who was getting shot at, and the young man, the common denominator was Loma Alta Park. The little kid played Little League baseball. The young man who was running from the bullet played ball in the park, basketball, and the guy who fired the shot grew up in that park. So everybody decided that we needed to do something in that park to prevent something like this from happening again, and it was an idea of a gymnasium. Now, this was 10 years ago. We have been through all kinds of planning processes to get to this point. There's been numerous meetings over and over and over again, and now it has came to happen. We can have a gym now. We don't have a gang problem now. We just need a gym. And I urge the board to please move forward with the gymnasium. Youth who are provided with positive sports programs going to live positive and productive lives, and I just urge that we give them a chance to do that. I also want to thank the community who's here, who have done a great job in all their research and everything, but it just goes on and on and on. It's time to move forward. I'd like to thank Supervisor Antonovich and his staff for just dealing with the community on this issue. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Supervisor Antonovich or Mr. Gall?
Tim, I'm going to ask you some questions. Relative to the questions that were raised by the community today, one, there was photographs that they passed out, one of the Granada Hills model and one of the proposed that we had designed. Okay. Where are we today in working to develop concepts of enhancing some of the Granada Hills amenities with the proposal that was suggested at the time when this drawing was made?
The proposal that you have on your left-hand side is a gymnasium that we've built at Pamela Park and Jackie Robinson. It's a turnkey design that originally was proposed for Loma Alta. When the community came to us expressing a concern over the desire to have a Granada Hills style, we took a look at the functionality of having a gymnasium and a community center physically separated, and that's where we came up with the concept of combining them into one site, similar to the Granada Hills style that you have. We're very schematic at this point. When we hire the architect, that's when the specific design structure will be laid forward with the gymnasium community center, and we've made a commitment to go back to the town council for their recommendations and input into that. So we're moving towards the Granada Hills style in the sense that the gymnasium and the community center will be jointly located and jointly supervised.
But the exterior is not like this?
The exterior tentatively is very similar to that, although we've incorporated a setback from the road for additional landscaping and trees to help block some of the height concerns.
So there's a setback and there will be trees and more
correct
landscaping. The issue of baseball diamonds and the issue of outdoor basketball courts, how will we address those concerns?
The baseball diamond is unaffected by the current proposed location for the gymnasium community center. The outdoor basketball court is being displaced by the location of the gymnasium, but what we're doing is, let me step back, we have a community center that was built in 1951 that's in need of major renovations, may have some hazardous materials, heating, air conditioning, structural designs. Rather than sink money into that and have two physically separated locations, we've combined them. And part of this project is to remove that old community center building. And what we said to the town council is we will come back to you, work with you on what you would like to see put in that place. What I'm hearing today is that they would like to see outdoor basketball courts. So we will have a location to replicate the basketball courts that are being displaced by the gym, if that's what the community desires.
So the community desires the outdoor basketball courts that could be accommodated in that location?
Correct.
Relative to the location of the facility and the safety issues that were raised, could you comment on that?
Well, one of the major concerns I had when I first got into the project about a year ago is that we were looking at having two separate building locations in a park that would require duplication of staff to keep both of them open at the same time, and that made no sense to me, especially in light that one of the facilities needed to be renovated in over $1 million cost.
So we actually functionally and operationally have improved the safety by having a centrally located building that will be both the community room and the gymnasium that can be supervised by the same staff. As far as the concerns about playground, the playground continues to be centrally located in the park. It will be equal distance from the swimming pool when that's open and the gymnasium office.
The issue of the audit, the Melrose funds, when is that to be completed, and is it appropriate to move forward prior to the completion of that audit?
I can't speak to when the audit is going to be completed. I think Jan's trying to get an answer now, but my recommendation is that we've gone through quite a long process with this gymnasium community center. As you know, we've added more Prop 12 monies thanks to your concurrence with this. We now have a facility that will meet the community needs close to what they want, improve our operation and safety factor, and I think it's really time to go so we can start serving some of the youth in the Loma Alta area. But as far as the timing of the audit, I don't have that answer.
Mr. Pellman or Mr. Jansen?
On the Melrose?
Yep.
30 to 45 days.
30 to 40. And if there are problems with the audit, will that impact the decision? We made a decision today.
As I understand, if there are problems with the Melrose audit, it will not affect the funding that is being proposed for this gymnasium, since the majority of this is Prop 12.
This is a issue that's been around for a while, as Mr. Matthews, Ron, mentioned, going back to Sherman Block and my office. We held a community meeting and discussing some of the needs from a tragic incident that had occurred in the past there, and working with the community. And the Altadena community is a wonderful community, and they have a diversity of opinions, and that's what makes them very unique, because they're all involved in their community. But as Mr. Balder of the Town Council has mentioned, and the Town Council is made up of a diversity of individuals as well, with very strong opinions on all sides. There were many meetings, many personal meetings, and they came up with a unanimous position to support this process and this recommendation. And Mr. Gallagher, I appreciate personally going out, visiting the location, and also personally visiting with the various constituencies who have had different opinions on this proposal before us. So this is an issue that's had a lot of personal attention, but I would like to read the motion with 59, which would also state that the county audit of the Lavinia Development Project, which my motion had ordered, found a shocking fact that less than half of the conditions of approval for the Lavinia development were met, and the construction of the gymnasium was halted, and that the development failed to prevail to deliver on the promises it made to the community. This is totally unacceptable, and the county is now in a process of changing that process, where we are having people in charge to ensure that all your CUPs are fully complied with. And the county on this issue is working with the community and the developer in addressing these failures. The proposed gymnasium and equestrian improvements at Loma Alta Park are vital for the residents in Altadena. With a 5,500 square foot community room and a 9,500 square foot gymnasium, the state-of-the-art facility would optimize park staff activity, allowing for the management of the gym and community center operations from a single office. The gym's varying roof lines would soften the visual impact to meet concerns raised by the community and to meet community standards. The project also includes a dramatic renovation and expansion of the equestrian facilities at Loma Alta Park, and a redesign and expansion of the trail system at and around the park. And we had testimony from the equestrian community on that issue. Fencing, lighting, and a riding ring and a corral would be installed to improve safety, functionality, and visual appeal. The Sunset Ridge Trail will be relocated and improved so that equestrians have a safe means of accessing the Janney Trail. Finally, the county will be working with the local equestrian, hiking, and conservancy groups to reestablish the trail system surrounding the park and extending east and west across Altadena. Work ought to begin immediately on the equestrian-related improvements and trail acquisition. County staff has indicated that a trail easement is required across county property to be dedicated by Southwest Diversified and the Lavinia Homeowners Association. The county should immediately move to secure the easement from Southwest Diversified before the property is transferred. Additionally, reports should be given regularly to the town council and the community. So I would like to move that the board adopt the recommendations and authorize the construction of the Loma Alta gym and equestrian improvements, and further move that the board direct the CAO in conjunction with the Department of Public Works and Parks and Rec to immediately begin working with the community to reestablish the east-west trail system, including securing the necessary easements.
Second. It's been moved in second. Is there any objection? Without objection, the motion is approved. We will now go to the 11 o'clock item. We'd like to ask the Director of Health Service and the Sheriff to come forward. I understand there's one physician who is here who wants to testify, and we will be calling you as soon as possible. While they're coming up, and we have a number of people who've asked to testify on this item, I'm going to introduce for the next meeting, there has been, on February 8, 2003, a 8-year-old boy was shot when shots were fired into a home at 60th and Menlo, and he was killed. His 2-year-old brother was wounded, as other members of the family. At the next meeting, I will move that the Board of Supervisors offer a reward in the amount of $5,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the individuals responsible for this heinous crime. All right. Then if it's, I understand that I can introduce this under 61, and so I will so move. Is there a second? Second. Moved in second without objection, so ordered. Are we going to hear from the department?